One of the most common questions I'm asked is how far I usually manage to walk each day. Naturally, I can't really answer that as the distance varied incredibly, from almost nothing to very far. There were times where I only had to move a short distance because something I wanted to see or someone I wanted to meet was close by. Other times, I was walking through desolate landscapes and there wasn't all that much to see. The only thing I had to do during daylight hours was to continue walking, and even then I had plenty of time to soak up the local atmosphere. But the longest day of the walk occurred in Germany, very much by chance. I had stayed the night before in Bremen and set off in very good spirits in the morning. I was rested, feeling good, as I'd given myself a rest day in Bremen, and I had by this time become accustomed to walking all day. The day progressed very much as usual, and by early evening it was time to try to find a place to stay. The only problem was that it had started to rain, and I was far from keen on pitching the tent in the rain. So I just kept walking, hoping the rain would let up and I would be able to set up a dry campsite a bit further up the road. It wasn't raining all that hard, and the clouds slowly dispersed, and after only a few hours I was looking at a beautiful, clear night sky. I felt good, and had a quick stop outside a car dealership for dinner while I considered what to do. It was a beautiful night, I was still feeling surprisingly fresh, and I was lucky to be able to continue walking on a cycle path. That meant no traffic to worry about in the dark, and I wouldn't even have to use my headlamp. I just felt like continuing, and without too much reflection, that's what I did. It turned out to be one of the most memorable days, or rather nights, of the walk. Not because of extraordinary scenery or exciting surroundings, but because it felt so natural and liberating to be able to just walk through the night in the clear summer night. The clouds had disappeared and the stars were visible in the sky. Walking along the cycle path, I felt almost alone in the world and relaxed into a steady gait that slowly added miles to the daily total. By early morning, I was starting to feel the accumulated distance and my eyes were starting to droop just the tiniest bit. I sat down beside a picnic table at a rest stop and decided that I deserved a little break. I stretched out on top of the table, closed my eyes, and tried to get a few moments of sleep. It was nice, and although I didn't manage to sleep, I felt revived after a short power nap and continued on my way. By late morning, I was approaching Esterwegen and decided that I would try to find some accommodation there. At first, I didn't have much success and instead managed to find a pizzeria. Pizza for brunch after walking all night is an experience I would recommend to anyone. The girl working in the pizzeria gave me a tip about a place where I might be able to get a room, and I set off on the last kilometres of the day. Before I collapsed into my hotel bed that midday, I had walked 104 kilometres over a period of 27 hours. Definitely the longest day of the walk. There were several other long days, but that was the only time I actually walked for more than 24 hours in one go.